Hey everybody, Motorpoet 59 here. This is kind of going to be a difficult video to make because I'm calling out my conservative brothers and sisters. If you don't want to get a vaccine, don't get it. If you want to get it, get it. And like I've said in videos and in blogs that I've done in the past, no one cares about your justification but you. It doesn't make any difference why you're not going to get it. I know a few people who aren't going to get it, and among those few, and I say a few, probably that I know of for sure, probably about a dozen, and quite a few of them have different reasons for not doing it. Not all of them have the same reasons. So when conservatives are terrible at banding together. One thing that the liberals have always had over conservatives in spades is the ability to band together. The conservatives consistently and continually splinter themselves and generally over things like this, not in major party platforms, but over the smaller things, the individual things, and it's disheartening. It's disheartened me for many years. I am not opposed to vaccines. I'm vaccinated. I am opposed to the mandates. So I get the frustration of that. But what's happening now is I'm starting to see conservatives just making things up to try and justify their positions. They're calling their fellow conservatives names. I've been called names. I've been called stupid. I've been called a sheep. I didn't get my vaccination because anyone was forcing me to, or that I felt that if I didn't, I wouldn't be part of some group. That's not why I did it. I did it because COVID almost killed me, and that's not an exaggeration. I still suffer effects from COVID. I don't want to get sick again. Another thing that I keep seeing from conservatives who keep saying, I know so-and-so, and they got vaccinated, and they got sick. Come on, listen. Listen very carefully. Read my lips, as George H.W. Bush said. The vaccines are not designed to keep you from getting COVID. They're designed to keep you from getting as sick as I got and dying. Is it going to keep everyone from getting sick? Is it going to keep everyone from dying? Of course it's not. No vaccine is 100%. No vaccine in history is 100%. That's not the way vaccines work. But is it making a difference? I think it is. Are we going to have to get boosters? I don't know. I keep hearing about it. I keep seeing it bandied about, but I've heard nothing about any certain boosters. And I watched an entire video where an epidemiologist was being interviewed about all this, and it was really cool. Lots of cool facts on there. I see conservatives who are the last ones. One of the things we do tend to band together with is we're all against playing the race card, but I've seen people playing it in the way they're playing it is, well, it's vaccines today and tomorrow it's people of color. And that's another disheartening thing I've seen among conservatives, comparing people who've chosen to be vaccinated to Jews in the Holocaust. That is the most disgusting and sickening thing I think I've heard throughout the whole COVID thing, and it's coming from conservatives. When I see people say things like that, it makes me just want to cry. It really does, because there is absolutely, it's not even apples and oranges. There is no real comparison. And if you really believe that, I don't care what your political leaning is, you are ignorant. You are very, incredibly ignorant of what went on during World War II. We're not being marched to ovens. We're not being marched into concentration camps. We're being asked to be vaccinated. I'm opposed to the mandates, and they can't make us all get them. The government is trying to flex its muscle with their own employees and with companies with over 100 employees. But I understand that many of these companies with over 100 employees are kicking back and say, we're not going to do it. It's a stupid mandate. It doesn't make any sense. There are many, many reasons it doesn't make sense, and I'm not going to get into all those, but I'm sure that people of linear thought understand what I'm talking about. But as conservatives, you have to stop being ignorant about this. If you don't want to get vaccinated, don't get vaccinated. But I swear the next person, but I swear, I haven't been around anybody. All this talk has been on the internet, on social media platforms. I really haven't heard anybody say anything incredibly stupid in person. But if I hear anybody compare the Holocaust to what's going on right now, I will punch them right in the mouth. And if I get my ass kicked over it, I get my ass kicked over it. But I can't stand to be in the presence of that kind of ignorance. If it comes from a liberal, I expect it. I expect liberals to say stupid, ignorant things. So I just let them blather on and let themselves look stupid. But as conservatives, we have to be smarter than this. We can't fall into the abyss of misinformation to justify our position. That is a tool of the left, not the right. And if you're doing this, people talk about the Constitution. Oh, this is against our constitutional rights. Really? Where does it say that? Point that out to me. I got into a debate a while back. This has been some time back with somebody about this, and that person called me a sheep and didn't respond to what I had to say, or to my question, I should say. Another thing is it violates HIPAA. No, it doesn't. HIPAA only applies to the healthcare industry. It only applies to your doctors and the people who work at doctors' offices. I know because my wife works in a call center for a major healthcare provider, and I understand 100% how HIPAA works. And it has nothing to do with your employer or the government or anybody else. Get your facts straight. You're conservatives. We're conservatives. We're supposed to be smarter than that. We're supposed to look into this. We're not supposed to be conspiracy theorists. We're not supposed to be out there in left field. If you have some facts to back up some of these things that you're claiming, I want to see them. I'd be interested. Because if they're there, if the facts are there, I'll stand corrected. I will correct myself in a heartbeat. But I've seen none of this stuff that is backed up by facts. Again, I oppose the mandate, but not the vaccines. It's the vaccines, I've said 100 times. If they were the problem, 200 million people in America would be having serious health problems right now. But that's not the case. It's about specific reactions to a smaller percentage of people than the percentage of people who died of COVID compared to the people who got COVID. That was a number that these same people threw out there when COVID itself was the big deal. Oh, only 0.5% of people who get COVID die from it. Well, far, far, far fewer than 0.5% of people who get the vaccines are having adverse reactions to it. You can't have it both ways. The numbers are numbers. Doesn't matter where they land or what they deal with. The numbers are the numbers. And when I brought that, I've been told, you're a sheep, you're being manipulated, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. Hey, whatever. I can see with my own eyes what's going on. And I wish that the people who are so vehemently opposed to the vaccines that they're willing to just toss stuff out there. Hey, I saw this on Facebook, it must be true. Please stop doing that. Man, it makes you look bad as an individual, and it makes conservatives look bad as a group. What do you think? You think I'm all wet? You think I'm a sheep? You think I'm stupid? Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motopoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. I'll see you all later.